Yeah, maybe you just have to open a little, get the back jaw behind it, and see what happens, if it'll come out a little. Nice.
Nice.
That was amazing.
Alright, I think I'm gonna have to back up from here. Oh wait, hold on. Do you want to follow it with the mini Zeus, please?
Sure. Can you bring it out a little bit, video?
Alright, I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay.
Alright, let's back up. And then, are you so happy with views?
Yep, I'm fine.
And then, video, you can come wide on main HD, please.
You're wide.
Oh, I am wide?
Yes.
Great. Thank you, sir. Alright, Fernando. Backing up slow. Going to auto depth. Auto heading. Alright, we got a good delta. Alright, Fernando, if you're ready, let's keep the port side closed, but go ahead and open up the starboard side for bow box.
Okay.
And then just keep an eye on positioning for me.
All right. Okay, fully extended.
Alright, thank you, sir. And then video, can you come out a little bit on mini Zeus, please? Keep coming, keep coming. That's good. Thank you, sir. And then, yeah, keep an eye on my positioning.
Yeah, you're fine. You look fine.
Position is good, you're all clear.
He just fell in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hold on, Fernando. Sorry. All right, close it.
Alright, sorry for that.
There, you're good.
Great job, pilots.
That was pretty good. That was excellent.
Not bad, huh?
That was excellent.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
Everyone was holding their breaths.
Yeah, I was too.
That whole time.
Not a good idea. All right, arms off. All right, let's get back on track. Coming out of autos. And yeah, for now you can put your cameras back how you like them. Now center up.
So that was a two-for collection. We managed to get the unknown sea star,
Yeah.
as well as a representative of a few polyps, at least, of this branching bamboo coral we've been seeing quite a bit. Possibly a relative of Cladorisis or something in the same clade. It's very fragile and shattered very easily, that skeleton. So we've been having a pretty prolific collection dive today. I think this is pretty fantastic. This is
Pilot.
not too often
Gonna turn to
that we get to
090.
dive on such abundant hard
Copy.
substrate and
It's drifted.
at this depth range in the Caribbean.
go and
It's
I'll follow.
like we've been saying, virtually unexplored. And a lot of the specimens we've been finding are
That's it.
or are hypothesized to
A
be
little bit
new
before.
species. So we're taking our time looking at everything,
Bring up a little bit the rotator.
making sure that we can get our input from scientists on shore that allow us to
That's
make
great.
informed
Thank you,
decisions
Fernando.
about
I don't see any
where to
overtakes or
expend our
anything,
collection
so you're
energy.
clear.
As time permits, could
looks
you
like a bunch of
recenter the
U-plug pillars
mini-Zeus?
up to the upper
Yeah,
left
you
there.
got it.
Oh, yeah. We've never seen them really.
Yeah, that's
A
kind of
lot.
weird.
And then Fernando and Carl, it's halfway through. Does anyone want some pilot time?
Yeah, I had the whole morning shift, so.
Alright, I can sit there.
Yeah? Away from the wall now. You want to switch real quick?
Sure.
All right. Auto heading, auto depths in.
Okay, getting off out of depth, out of heading. Okay.
So pilot, thanks to the front row for that collection. We want to try and make some tracks now. I know we're a little bit behind, so it would be good to start moving up slope towards waypoint 2 or in that vicinity, and then we'll make a decision once we get there.
Copy that, watch lead. Okay, so I'm gonna be coming up, co-pilot.
Yeah, copy that.
Can we do a snap zoom on this white? Oh, sorry, just as I mentioned, we need to start moving.
Sure.
Just a
come
quick
in.
one.
Come in video. Hold right there.
Okay. Next side looked a little bit different to me, but it looks like the same Crypthelia we've been
Just
seeing.
above you. Maybe
Okay.
back up slightly.
Alright.
That's it.
Can't tell if it's a slight overhang. Maybe just peek upstairs real quick. I think it's very subtle if it's there. Yeah, I think it's just that piece.
Okay.
So
Bring
just
it back
work on
down,
it.
video. Okay.
All right, I can come up with you.
All right, coming up.
Watch lead nav.
Hi, Nav.
Okay, we have 2 hours and 10 minutes left on the bottom. And we've come about 100 meters, and waypoint 3 is 600 meters away. So we'll try to make some speed across this flatter area.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Next,
So
next
this is
area.
looks like a stalked sponge or some sort of fan-shaped sponge there, although it doesn't look very healthy.
Pretty dramatic features.
Yeah, you look
Yeah.
at your head, Fernando. I don't see
Yeah,
anything
this is-
over here.
Okay. Do you want to move Sirius a little bit closer?
Yeah, now that you just came up over it, let's do, if you keep moving, I think we could do a 20 without any danger.
All right.
Sirius is 27 meters away. So, but of course we have a few minutes to get Sirius moving too.
Yeah.
So I'll do 20 meters, 090.
Sounds good.
Copy.
This is the kind of terrain that reminds me of a seamount or something like that. Very
Bridge nav.
dramatic, vertical faces and ridges.
Yeah, we're ready for a ship move if you are.
This looks like that
20 meters, bearing
possible
090
colonial
degrees,
tunicate,
speed
but
0
now it has
decimal 2 knots.
branches, which is interesting.
I thought it was a sponge.
Is it a sponge or
Yeah.
Good copy, Bridge.
Can we snap zoom on this
it might be a sponge, yeah.
branching
Go
critter?
ahead. Hold right there.
Ah, yes.
And if possible, could we get it on the profile?
Yep. That's where I'm moving towards.
Oh, the high beams are still on, aren't they?
I think so, yeah.
They are. Do you want those off video?
Let's leave them on until we finish this.
Copy that.
You can
Yeah,
probably
this
kill
looks like
lasers
a
though.
branching
You got it.
glass sponge.
Lasers off.
Okay, so let me just, there you go. You can come in video slowly. Hold right there. Alright. Maybe we can come in a little bit more.
Possibly a Tritoplura species of glass sponge.
Coming up.
Thanks, pilot. That's
Okay.
good.
Whenever you're good video.
Okay, coming out.
Okay.
All right. I'll get the high beams off. Coming off.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Lasers back on.
Okay, the ship is underway, so it should start moving in a minute.
Copy
It's
that.
20 meters.
Copy.
I'm gonna
Ahora la profundidad es 2022 metros. Estamos subiendo un pared.
All right, Fernando.
Yep.
Look up for a second. I think you're fine.
En la pantalla hay un
Okay, never mind. You're fine.
esponja vitrio
So you're
y
about
muchos
to stretch out,
crinoides
so maybe pause and find
pequeños
something good to zoom on around
en
here,
las piedras.
Alright.
and then move on in another minute or two.
I have a high delta too, so if needing, come down.
Okay.
We're almost 20 delta.
Pilot, are you going to keep this
Hoy
camera
estamos
angled?
buceando en
Let me
un
actually bring it a little bit up.
pared sur de canal de las Islas Vírgenes,
Thank you.
noroeste de Santa Cruz.
Going to push you in just a little bit.
Okay.
Empezamos en 2.138 metros de profundidad.
I think I'm starting to move.
Okay.
See the sonar getting a little closer.
Yeah, there's not much to see, or at least they're not interested in seeing these little corals right here.
Y gracias a todas están mirando
Okay.
en Puerto Rico,
Gonna
en el
keep
Ecoexploratorio, en San Juan, saludos. En Japón, en Alemán, en Estados Unidos, en Santa Cruz, en Colombia.
So I was just so surprised when the camera tilted up how tall, and we're kind of on a spire actually, how tall this feature is and how it feels like any rock could fall down on you at any moment. It's so steep and not really well consolidated here. It seems like the face of the mountain is mostly just held together by rocks wedged between other rocks.
Yeah. Looks pretty unstable. And we've seen a lot of the kind of small little landslides.
Yeah, looks like another.
So don't go too far this way, because you can see there's rocks closer to Sirius. So
Okay.
you don't want to get...
So you want me to center up on Sirius cam?
Yeah, if you back, sidle back to starboard and up.
All right, we'll do it.
You can peek around the edges, you just have to be ready to go back.
Yep.
And then if they see something far around the edge.
Okay, let's come in slowly, video. What's this right here?
Looks like a lonely sea cucumber.
Yeah, something.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right, I guess we can come up. Okay.
I think I'm starting to see above it.
Yeah, we're expecting it to flatten out around
Soon, right?
2,000 meters depth. Yeah, and you're at 2010.
Copy.
Okay, I keep on racing, co-pilot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still have
So
one
we're right around
Bump up your sonar
2,000
without-
meters, and we're coming up to this nose
Okay, so
feature
should we
sticking
do
out of the wall
another
here.
move?
It appears to be a smaller,
Another...
flatter area, but
we
not
can
the
get above
crest
it.
of the plateau here,
also
the
camera to
St. Croix
45
Ridge,
degrees. That's
Okay.
45.
of which we're on the far western
Delta
edge of.
about, 17. Sonar looks like it's flattened a lot, so yeah, I think
One of the objectives
We'll
for,
do
for
another
this
move.
dive was to also
Okay.
explore the
You're at
community
0, 9,
transition as
0.
we move from steep
Yep.
slope to moderate to gentle
Looks like
slope
we could go like 9.5, maybe, or 100.
around these
Sense
depths.
to rotate. We could
Okay.
cheat south a little bit.
095. Yeah, that agrees with where we should start going in high pack.
Copy.
Okay, so you want 20? Yeah.
Yeah, I think 20 would be good.
Bridge, nav. Could we have a ship move 20 meters, bearing 095 degrees, speed 0.2 knots? Good copy, bridge.
Can we zoom just above the lasers right now, top of the screen, middle? There's a large branching, highly branched coral colony, it looks like. Looks blending in with the background. Just at 11 o'clock now to the lasers.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah,
All right.
left side of that
Yep.
feature. All the corals here look invisible. They're blending in with the
Okay, video.
background quite well.
Let me land right here close to it, and we'll make the zoom.
So this we're looking at a few corals here. The one we're primarily concerned with is in the foreground. And this seems to be a new one for the dive, right?
Is this a crisis?
Yeah,
you can work
I think
with
it's
video to see.
well,
what
the
you
shape
want.
of it at least seems new for the dive. It looks like a chrysogorgiid. We haven't seen any chrysogorgians.
We got pretty good detail
Have
right
we?
now.
Sounds great.
Yeah, we saw one.
Earlier.
We saw one that was extremely sparsely branching.
You can come
I
in a
don't
little bit more if you
think
want.
it was this species. This particular individual is very much intact. The colony we saw this morning was very sparsely branched. It looked like it had been pretty heavily either grazed or damaged somehow. The one this morning didn't have any associates on it, but there seems to be a squat lobster of some type in here. Very interesting. So this looks to be a chrysogorgiid, as we mentioned.
I think there's gonna get pretty
Yeah.
cloudy video.
That's all right, pilot. We can move on.
Okay, we can't come out video. Sorry for that.
That's a good shot.
It was good while it lasted. Okay.
All right, pilot, you look clear ahead.
All right.
And Sears is on the move.
All right.
Big branching in the background.
Okay. Heading over
I think
there.
that's the same sponge, you think?
Oh, you think?
I was just guessing from
Yeah.
here.
Not sure.
Could be different. So shoreside, we were having a discussion about this particular sponge, I think. It was branching. Can we get a better shot of this sponge?
Sure.
If we have
yellow.
some time.
Yep.
This might be some of the dead part of the colony. Yeah, I don't know much about this.
Video, you can come in.
When a sponge dies, does it just become discolored, or are they still alive when they have this discoloration? It's
All right, can we get rid of lasers?
not quite clear.
Sure.
So shoreside, this is what we were looking at. A little ways down below. This is probably one of the better views we've gotten of it.
Rotating up slightly.
There seem to be several of these branched sponges in the area. I think this is the 6th we've seen in the last 10 minutes or so. Maybe 15 minutes. They all seem to be at least half a meter, sometimes a meter tall.
And we haven't seen this type of sponge on previous dives.
No,
This
yeah.
has been in this particular site.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Whenever you're good, video.
Okay.
All right.
Copy that, Bridge.
Lasers coming back on.
All right, so
Thank you.
you'll have to make a little bit of tracks here.
All right. Let's keep moving.
I'll try and make up some distance now. Yeah, these steeper features are very challenging to work on because you have to balance a lot of different things. There's always a lot of cool stuff to look at, but that cuts into your dive time to take samples of things. So we're just reaching the crest of what looks like a more moderate slope. This should be interesting because we're seeing a fairly decent diversity of animals, particularly sponges and invertebrates in the slope below, and now the slope's moderating out, we should be able to see if the same species occur or if there's a turnover in certain species. So these look like we saw a couple of these down deeper.
Yeah, that were stalked.
Yeah,
at
they
one point.
looked like they have a small stalk, but they look like Hyalonema or something in the Hyalinnematidae, but they're very, very rotund, almost barrel-like compared to the much smaller Hyalonema that we find in shallower waters.
All right, so you should be slowing down now. Co-pilot, if you want to center up the slope, plan the next
copy
move.
that. So let's rotate a little more to
Yeah.
starboard.
I'll zoom out a little. You can see we're expecting it to turn more to the south. So we'll kind of go along this ridge, kind of
Yeah.
southeast, and then the wall will continue that way.
Okay.
Copy that.
What's the bearing towards waypoint?
It's basically
Three?
southeast.
Okay.
Once we get to waypoint 2, yeah,
All right.
Thinking maybe like 110.
that centers it up. Sounds good.
Looks like
Yeah.
a sponge.
No, 110's pretty good.
We haven't seen this sponge on this dive
And then
before.
do we want to keep going up, or do we want to follow this boundary south?
I think
You
ahead,
can
Rich.
come in, video.
yeah, that would be good now.
Might be a demo sponge.
That looks like a demo sponge.
Copy that, Bridge.
Okay. Any
In the
interest?
background, there are a few bryozoans as well. I think those are bryozoans on the rock
And
face and hydroids.
It looks like there's a branching, also bryozoan.
Yep. Yeah, that's the one I was
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about
thinking
the
about.
encrusting.
Are you good with this watch lead?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Let's come out, video, whenever you're ready.
So while the slope's moderating a little bit, it doesn't quite look like it's still a fairly reasonable steep slope. And although it's not vertical anymore, this particular spot. The rocky bottom seems to be something more cobble-like or small boulder with a little bit heavier sediment drape.
So I didn't call that move in yet. The ship is doing a heading change.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if you were staying on that sponge or not.
How many degrees are they doing the heading change?
To the port, I think. I believe he said 20, but
Oh,
it'll
wow.
be a minute or two.
Okay.
And we haven't seen many fish
then
on this
now,
dive, only
Are we
2
going to keep
species
going up, or are we
so
going to
far.
go?
Or
Oh,
do
I
we
think
see more?
I believe up.
Yeah,
Up.
that's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember
2 species.
Dan saying that they
And
didn't
then we
really
saw a bunch of
care
larval
about getting
fishes
to
Yeah,
that
waypoint
we
2,
small.
but more like
haven't been able to identify yet, but
around this
we'll see if we can.
depth and then going around it. So you might want to
We've
ask
seen
him.
some Ipnops,
going around
as
here.
well as
I think I recall Dan
Halosaurus,
saying
mostly
something like that, but
Ultravandia,
I'm
has
not
been
sure.
a dominant fish
Yeah,
species.
the navigator, your navigator handoff might be different. They
But I
haven't seen
think
Coco.
the sponges dominate in this area in terms of species richness. Definitely outnumbering all other groups.
Watch lead nav.
Yeah, Nav.
I just wanted to clarify, our intention is just to continue upslope across the flattish area and then reacquire the steep area. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Don't feel the need to go right through waypoint 2 either. If you need to cut it or feel
yeah,
free.
we just started cutting a bit to the south there. Follow the uphill.
All right, copy that.
Okay, come in video.
This is another type of glass sponge. As Steve's mentioned that these are the most dominant organism during this dive that we've been spotting, usually on these rock faces.
Okay, whenever you're good, video.
Okay, pilot.
Okay. And then watch lead. We're waiting for the ship to do a 20-degree heading change. So if you see anything around here of interest, let me know.
Okay.
You've got plenty of tether there.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my camera at about 45 degrees for reference.
Copy.
I think there was still a little swing left in Sirius before where I thought it was stopped.
Okay.
Looks like there's more sponges. Euplectylid.
Yeah, it seems like it's more or less the same cast of characters that we were seeing on the wall. A couple of these thin, wispy bamboo corals as well. This stalked tunicate as well.
Okay. Gonna come back to your center of your camera.
Yeah, copy that.
Tilting up video.
Substrate here seems to be more jagged than the wall we were just on. Lots of fragmented pieces. These sponges that we saw a bit earlier, the branching sponges, see at least a couple more. And then as well there's these stalks or stems They all look very similar, but we would need a closer look to identify all of them. They look like they could either be bamboo corals, primnoid corals, or these stalked tunicates. Sometimes it's hard to tell between them. But at least we know that there are multiple different things that look like thin, unbranched corals or sponges here.
Okay, I think the ship has steadied up.
Video's going to be
Headed
swapping
east.
out.
Okay,
Guys ready
video,
for
thank you.
another 20?
So it doesn't
I'm
seem to
ready.
be so
Your
many
sonar looks pretty clear.
organisms
Yeah.
colonizing the
Are you
hard
calling
strait
it in
up in this
bearing?
area.
I was going to do
Yeah.
Sirius
As much
heading
as
110.
Not quite.
Looks
Yeah.
good on his sonar.
All right. To me at least,
Bridge
some
nav.
of this whiter, browner substrate
You
looks
ready for
a
a
little bit
position
more
move?
friable.
Okay, could we have 20 meters, bearing 120 degrees, speed 0.2 knots. Good copy, Bridge.
Arthurian.
Oh yeah, there's
Yes.
another stalked.
No, stalked crinoid.
That looks
Is
a little
that
bit different from the one we saw when we first set down.
Do you want to take a closer look?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
please.
Yep.
Okay.
I know we set down on the bottom a little bit early this morning. We didn't have our full complement of scientists ashore. We saw some pretty odd structures hanging on the branches of the, or no, it was more on the
Right
center
by,
disc.
yeah, center
Yep.
disc of the crinoid.
A spherical, looked like could be a parasite or some sort of animal on the center disc of the crinoid. We were always on the lookout for potential parasites or predators or grazers on
Keep
these
on turning.
crinoids. Yeah.
Okay, so we can come in video.
Okay, coming in.
Okay, hold right there. Okay, come in a little bit more.
Okay, coming in further.
Hold right there. Okay.
I wish I could count the arms, but it just keeps spinning.
Yeah. I want to say 12. But I could be wrong.
Okay, maybe right there. Yeah.
Oh, maybe 10.
I think that's
Yeah,
the
it looks
best view.
10 armed.
Okay.
10 armed stalked
Can we come
crinoid.
in further, pilot?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay, coming in.
Reddish purple in color.
Little tiny mysid shrimp.
That's full zoom, pilot.
Copy.
I can't see any obvious parasites or grazers on the arms, or it's a little difficult. Trying to get the best shots we can, but just doesn't want to face
Let's
our way.
come out slightly, video.
Okay, yeah, there might be something yellow in the middle of the disc.
Tilting down.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I think that's the best we're gonna do.
Okay.
All right, well, we can come out video.
Coming
The
out,
corals
pilot.
or the crinoid is not being
That's full
cooperative.
eyes.
Thank you.
at a weird angle to us right now.
All right.
All right, the ship is underway, and I think Sirius should start moving soon.
Copy. Okay, gonna tilt up video.
It has flattened out, but it's definitely not flat.
Yeah.
Kind of has this like spur and groove formation where you have these sand channels.
Yep.
And then rocky outcrops.
Copy that, Bridge.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I don't know if it's something about the rock in this particular area. It seems just much more friable than what's down below. The cobbles, but they're much smaller here than we were seeing in the talus material down at the bottom of this feature we just climbed. It's getting pretty shallow pretty quickly here. We're at a depth of 1,975 meters now, 78 meters. Sargassum.
Sargassum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we found a sea cucumber covered in sargassum.
There's certainly enough of it.
Yeah.
It seems like most of the things that are eating sargassum down here are echinoderms.
There's a sea star on that rock pilot, wide lasers, above the holothurian.
Oh, the tiny little
It's
sea
itty
star.
bitty.
Okay, let me try to center up. Okay, come in.
Coming in.
Hold right there.
Oh, wow.
Holding.
Didn't even see that one. So it looks like we're looking at another
Come in a little bit
species
more.
of sea star,
Yeah.
Hold right there.
different from the one we collected not too long ago.
Coming out, pilot.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's come in.
Okay, coming in.
So this other crinoid that is in the frame right now, that's one of the same ones that we collected on a rock sample a little bit earlier. So we'll be sure to pick off that critter from the rock so we can better identify it. But we're
Okay.
trying to get a view on the sea star now.
Whenever you're good, video.
Okay, I'm good. Coming out.
All right.
It's extremely tiny, maybe
Small,
only like 2 centimeters.
centimeters.
Yeah,
Tiny, tiny little star,
it's
right?
about 2 centimeters.
Taking off.
They look so much bigger on
Yeah, that's
video.
right.
And then as soon as you put those lasers on, you realize.
Last year on the Okeanos Explorer, we were trying to sample a sea star. It couldn't have been possibly, bigger than 3 centimeters. And it looked massive down on the seafloor, but when you get them up on the surface, they're very, very tiny. That's why the scalars are so important. These 10 centimeter lasers are critical for
Okay.
for our
GT's getting
perspective.
out in front. How'd you feel about 30 meters at this bearing?
I feel good.
Yeah? Feel good? No answer.
What about you, co-pilot?
I was just tilting my camera up. I think it'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it looks flat enough.
Bridge nav.
I'm still seeing, I think,
We have a ship move.
a lot of these
30
sponges and
meters, bearing
crypthelia,
110
the
degrees, speed 0
stylastrid we've been
decimal 2
seeing,
knots.
Yeah,
they've
that's
been
pretty
probably the most
abundant.
abundant.
I would say glass sponges and then,
Yeah.
yeah, that's stylaster.
Good copy, Bridge. Okay, that's called in. It's a little further, but as long as you keep moving once Circe is moving,
All right.
you'll be fine.
Sounds good. That was 110 or 120?
110.
Okay.
I think you might be starting to pull a little. Not sure.
And come down a little bit. We have a pretty good delta.
All right.
For those who are just tuning in, this is the Okeanos Explorer. We are diving a south wall along the
I was saying I can
Virgin
come back,
Islands
Fernando.
trough
Okay.
or basin. We are in our final leg of the dive. We climbed a pretty steep wall and ridge earlier,
Just kind of blowing off to our port.
and now we're seeing
It's got some good
more
loop to it.
smaller
It's tight at all.
boulder rock-like formation with a lot of detritus and sediments mixed between.
This looks like a carpet of hydroids here, or something.
I think those are the crinoids.
Crinoids?
Yeah,
Yeah.
small little tiny crinoids.
Very, very dense. Is
So
that
I
a
think
fish?
A fish, maybe. Pilot, there might be a fish, or maybe a shrimp.
I don't see it.
To the
Where is
top.
it in relation?
Top right of the
Okay.
screen.
Okay, I see
Yeah.
it. Okay, partial in video.
Okay, coming in partial.
Hold right there. Let me come closer.
Oh,
Nope.
no, no.
It was a fish. Maybe a halosar?
Could be. It was moving pretty quickly.
Would you like me to come out, pilot?
Let's
Yeah, I think it's a halosar.
come in.
Coming in?
Let's try to catch right there.
Yep,
Yeah.
halosar. Okay, well, still two fish species.
Bridge nav.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
we've
good.
come into some new
Video, we can
terrain.
come
I was
out.
hoping to
Coming
change the
back
bailout direction.
Yeah, that's full white
Okay,
pilot.
bailout will be to the
Thank you.
northwest.
Tilting down,
Thank you, Bridge.
coming back down.
Okay, copy that.
Okay, the ship is partway through its moves. Here it should be moving.
There's something branching. That orange
Copy that,
branching.
59.
Right there in the middle of the frame.
Yeah.
Okay. Come in, video. Partial.
Coming in partial.
Hold right there. I think that's a sea star, right?
It is.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's a Bersingid. Yep, that's a Bersingid Sea Star, it looks like.
Can I get lasers off for you?
Sure.
There we go.
I was reading a comment on the chat and I didn't even notice it. I haven't seen one. I haven't seen one this
No.
expedition. I thought I saw one the other day, but yeah, I would expect to see a lot more on this dive. This is their depth range. They really like these
Okay.
deep waters.
Come in, video.
Okay, coming in.
But yeah, it's a Bersingid Sea Star.
Hold right there.
Okay.
Come in a little bit tighter.
Ready and coming in.
Alright.
Holding here. I think I have a little
Yeah,
bit more.
so this is a type of asteroid sea star,
All right, you can come in if you
also
want.
known as a Bersingid
Copy
sea
that,
star.
Bridge.
Let's take a
I won't
bit
even
more
try
of
and guess at the
this.
genus, but these on the sides of the arm are these
And coming in.
spines,
That's full zoom.
and oftentimes you find these attached, kind of in this orientation, with their arms in the air, or in the water rather. Hopefully they're not in the air.
Be a magical Bersingid.
All right, thanks, pilot.
Okay, whenever you're good, video, we can do a partial out and maybe do the whole specimen, or just let me know what you want to do.
Okay, just holding and coming out.
Okay.
There's full specimen.
Yeah, there was some things you don't quite think about until
And
you
coming wide.
All right.
actually see
Let's
one.
get the lasers.
You don't realize that
one
you're
more
missing the
time on it.
Bersingids.
Lasers coming
I
out.
thought I would see a lot more on this
All right.
particular site. They're I wouldn't say common, but they're representative of the fauna of
Let's
This
come
depth
up.
zone.
below 1,000 meters. Yeah.
And then Nav, looks like terrain's starting to rotate back port.
And we didn't see any at the
No,
Buck
yeah,
Island
it's
Reef
Yeah,
National
as you'd
Monument,
like.
right?
No, I didn't see any
No.
there.
You should be slowing soon.
I think there might have been sediment.
Calling it
Yeah, very
direction.
sedimented.
Copy that. And then
I think that's a similar to.
just
So
heading-
we've seen
rotate
two
back to 90.
unbranched bamboo corals like this. I think this might be the latter of the two.
Are we interested in this stock right here?
Can we get a snap?
Okay.
Thank you, pilot.
Okay. Hold on, video 1
I think
second.
this is the unbranched bamboo that had the longer intertentacular sclerites. That
Ah.
was a little spiny, not the one where it was the
That
The
didn't have the
spines that
really
were more-
well-defined nodes.
Okay,
yeah.
let's come in.
Yeah.
Okay, coming in.
Hold right there.
Holding.
Okay, let's come in a little bit more.
Ready. A couple of seconds and coming in.
Yeah, it looks like the same.
Can turn off the lasers.
Lasers off.
Thank you. All right, let me know what you want, video.
Okay, I have a little bit more zoom, so come in a little bit more. Oh, that's full zoom.
Oh, I think I'm approaching it. I'm gonna try to stop. Okay.
En la pantalla es un coral blando, se llama coral bambú.
Okay.
Okay, video's clear.
All right, we can come out whenever you're ready.
Coming out.
All right. Pushing up.
That's full wide.
Copy. Are you still moving, Sean?
No, I'm done rotating. I just put heading back to about 9.5-ish
All right, perfect.
to adjust your sonar. Get your lasers back on.
Any interest right here? Watch lead.
I think the stalked sponge, right?
A quick snap.
Okay,
You know,
let's come in and
don't
out
want to
video.
linger too long.
Okay, snapping on corn dog.
There you go.
Yeah.
You say corn dog, I say toasted marshmallow.
All right. Whenever you're ready, video.
Okay, coming back out.
Okay, good.
That's full wide. There's a sea star in the distance to the right. I don't know if that's of any interest. He's pretty big.
I do not see it.
He's on a rock. He's in the
all
lens
the way.
flare. But yeah, he's
Oh.
pretty far.
Oh, yeah. Is that a different one?
I think it is different, right?
Yep.
It's bigger.
I can get there, right? Co-pilot?
Yeah, you got room.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, Sears should be slowing, and I'll wait for the next move till you're back out in front.
Copy. Let's do
This looks like another species of sea star for this dive.
Okay. Okay, let's come in.
Okay, coming in.
Hold right there.
Holding.
I don't immediately recognize this sea star either.
No. This is a new one, I think, for this dive.
For this dive, yeah.
All right.
Kill lasers.
Copy. Come in, video.
Coming in.
Hold right there.
Holding.
Can you take my rotator, co-pilot?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to come out just a little bit.
Yep.
Pilot.
And
I
then
have the rotator.
work with co-pilot video, so
Okay.
I'll just try to center up.
Yeah, I'll try to keep it centered too.
Okay. All right, you can come in if you want, video.
Okay, coming in. Holding there.
This could be a Pythonaster sea star.
Slight up. Slight up. Stopped.
Hey, this is Chris Ma.
There he is.
Hi, Chris.
Down.
How are you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, come in,
Good.
video.
You have one of my favorite
Right there.
deep sea species in view here. This is a rarely,
Okay,
well,
you have
it
more
was
zoom. I
rarely
wanna come
seen
in,
up
you can
until
go
you
ahead.
guys started
Okay.
going and surveying the deep sea bottoms.
Full zoom.
This is
Copy.
called Pythonaster, possibly Pythonaster atlantitis. But up until a few years ago, this was considered one of the rarest sea stars known. We don't know a lot about them, but they occur apparently in these really abyssal depths, 1,000 to 4,000 meters. We see them in the Pacific and here in the Atlantic. They have these bizarre kind of folds on their body. We don't know what they do, but when we see them, they're always present on a vertical surface like this. Maybe they're filter feeding, maybe they just like the flow of the water. I don't know, but these are related to slime stars, and if you look closely at the center of the body, there's a hole. There's this is an opening known as an osculum, and even though they don't have a second sort of covering over the top of the body the way that slime stars do, they do have that same opening, and these are species. This genus of sea star shows a lot of skeletal similarities with the other ones, but they're very mysterious animals. We saw, I think, one in the Pacific feeding on some deep sea. I'm not sure if it was I think it was a sponge. So at least we know a little bit more than we did before. But I mean, when I say that these were really rare, there were literally
Any other shots, video?
less than I think 5 or 6 of these known in collections around the world, and every individual specimen was considered a new species.
Oh, wow.
And I think that's becoming slowly less the case the more of them that we collect.
Once you
But
hop ahead, I'll call in another
but yeah, there are
30.
definitely some.
Do you still like
There are still
090?
kind of
It's rotating more.
weird, rare, and strange things that live down here, and this is definitely one of them. You guys can